What's going on, guys? HK Titan here with another balloons video. And first things first, as always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So today's video, we're going to be jumping back into our Balloons Tower Defense 6 walkthrough / playthrough / guide. And for today's guide, we're going to continue along with our revamp series, and we're going to be jumping on Tree Stump Chimps mode. So before this guide, we will have Obyn as our hero. Of course, we're playing Chimps, so monkey knowledge really doesn't matter too much. For those of you who are wondering what towers we're going to be using our magic towers, which include the Ninja Monkey, the Alchemist, and the Druid. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Alright, perfect. There we go. Chimps. So much similar to the impoppable mode that we just did, we're going to go ahead and start off much similar, and we're going to be starting off with a Ninja Monkey. But because this is Chimps and it's not impoppable mode, there's going to be a couple of alterations because the towers are cheaper and all of that fun stuff, and we can't place down monkey banks like we did in the impoppable mode. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to place our ninja right about there, and that should be good. As soon as we get him upgraded and all of that fun stuff, the position is going to be perfect and all that fun stuff. Alright, so the first thing that we want to look at is we want to make sure that if any balloons slip through, we have a tower in the very back to take care of any balloons that slip through. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, we may not need to go with the Dart Monkey, but it looks like we are going to definitely need the Dart Monkey, so we're going to go ahead and throw him in the very back here, right in between the exiting pathway and this pathway here. So that way we can go ahead and ensure that if any balloons do make it past our ninja, our Dart Monkey is going to be able to take care of them without any issues. Alright, so now we're going to be going for a Ninja Discipline, and we should be able to afford that here in just 1 second because we want to increase our Ninja Monkey's range, and as well as we want to increase his attack speed on top of that as well. Alright, there is our Ninja Discipline, and now we're going to go ahead and go for Seeking Shurikens because we are dealing with another curved path. So we want to make sure that we give our Ninja Monkey the most popping power that we possibly can. And as you can see, our Dart Monkey in the very back is definitely worth the 215 gold that we spent on him. Now, of course, if we did alter the position of our Ninja Monkey and stuff like that, we wouldn't need to place the Dart Monkey in the very back because our Ninja could take care of everything by himself. But because we want to use all of this space up here for different towers, the best position for the ninja is going to be right here. Because on top of that, we also want to make sure that we have our Ninja Monkey being buffed by our Obyn for round 40, which is another reason why I chose to place our Ninja Monkey right here. Alright, now that we have our Ninja Monkey upgraded to a 201, we're going to go ahead and save up the whopping 700 gold or monkey bucks to go ahead and purchase our Obyn and get him on the field. That way we can get him to level 11 by round 63. Because of course, once our Obyn is level 11, he's going to end up buffing all of our magic monkeys, which is precisely why I chose to go with Obyn. Alright, so now a little bit of a tip when you're placing down your Obyn. We're going to want to place him right about here. Now just line up his hand with this tree stump here. The reason why we want to line up our Obyn with this tree stump is simply because we're going to need to fit 8 or 6 druids, not 8, 6 druids in this little spot right here. And if we place Obyn anywhere too high up or too far down, he's not going to end up buffing the druids. And it's going to be kind of a waste of space. So I went ahead and I chose this spot here for our Obyn. That way he could go ahead, buff the magic monkeys, and also buff the druid as well. Alright, now we can afford our double shot on our Ninja Monkey, and we're going to go ahead and go for that. Following the double shot, we're going to go ahead and grab our Sneaky Alchemist because we want to give our Ninja Monkey the ability to pop lead balloons as soon as we possibly can, and we should be able to afford our Alchemist. Perfect. Now we want to place our Alchemist to where he's only buffing our ninja, as I've done in previous guides. We're going to place our Alchemist right there, give him larger potions with acidic mixture dip, and now we can go ahead and save up to buy Balloon Jitsu, because of course the strategy is going to revolve around getting Balloon Jitsu, and of course Obyn's going to buff our ninja, so we're going to be able to easily deal with round 40. So we are going to be doing one thing a little bit differently than what we've done in our previous Chimps guide. We're not going to be going straight for the villages to start, but rather we're going to grab ourselves one druid to start with. That way we have a little bit of extra popping power, because things do get a little bit hairy here because of the positioning of our ninja monkey, because we don't give him the option to hit this top pathway. If we did alter the position of our ninja and gave him the option to hit this top pathway, it would be much easier at the start of the game. But because the strategy that I'm using primarily focuses around the druids, the next best spot for our ninja is definitely going to be right here. You could always try to place him up on top of the tree stump and push Obyn down towards the bottom here, but it's kind of iffy if it's going to work or not. So I just went ahead and I chose this spot because he gets a massive radius here. When we pair him, or when Obyn hits level 11, his radius is going to improve all the way up here anyways, so it's a win-win situation. Alright, so there's our Berserker Brute. Now we're going to be saving up for Stronger Stimulant as well, because as you guys know, 401 Ninja, 400 Alchemist, and you're able to beat round 40 with no issues. Alright, and we should be able to afford Stronger Stimulant probably towards the end of round 36, beginning of round 37. Alright, we just have to deal with these last few rushes of pink balloons. There's our Stronger Stimulant. Perfect. Now, like I was saying, we are going to be grabbing ourselves a sneaky druid and placing this druid over here. Now, I know this druid isn't being buffed by Obyn right now, but once we throw down a couple of villages, that's all going to change. We are going to miss out on saving some money on this druid here, but again, it's not that big a deal. We want to have that extra popping power for 40, just in case our ninja isn't able to pop the blue balloon on its first pathway. We want to go ahead and just have that security blanket, much like what we usually use the permanent spikes for, but this time it's just going to be a normal druid. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and slow things down just a touch, and we're going to start placing down our monkey villages. So we want to place down our first monkey village right here. Perfect, and then we're going to grab a second monkey village and we're going to place it down right next to it. So there's no like definite markers that I found that will guarantee that you're going to get the ideal placement. So just go ahead, if you need to pause the video, feel free to pause the video. That way you can make sure that you guys get the close to the position that I have as you possibly can get. Alright, there we go. We have our monkey commerce on both of our towers. We're going to go ahead and buy bigger radius on this one, and when all's said and done, we should have a pretty decent coverage on both of these villages, and we can start placing down our druids. Alright, so the first druid that we're going to end up placing is going to be this top one, like so, and then we're going to want to place it as close to this other druid as we can possibly get it. Alright, and there we go. Now, if you'll notice, since we dropped down the monkey village, it did increase our Obyn Greenfoot's range just enough to buff this front druid here, so it ended up working out perfectly. Following our second druid, we're going to go ahead and place down our third one, and so on and so forth. Just try and get them as close to each other as you possibly can, because if you got the positioning of Obyn and your monkey villages like I did, then you're not going to need to worry about any of the druids not being buffed by Obyn. And even if you are just a little bit off, you can always do the sneaky method of just grabbing yourselves another Alchemist towards the end of the game and just throwing it on Obyn to go ahead and give him a little bit of a range buff as well. Alright, and there's number 6. So we have all 6 of our druids down. The next thing that we're going to immediately go for is we're going to want to go for radar scanner ASAP, because we do need a little bit extra camo popping power with our druids, because of course with the positioning of our ninja monkey, it is not the best position as we've already covered, but once we have the radar scanner on our other druids, then we are good to go. So we can go ahead and speed things back up here, and we can go ahead and start upgrading our druids one at a time. We're going to start with the very front one, because the very front one's going to go ahead and he's going to have the biggest popping radius to start. That, and we've already put a lot of money into it. Alright, now we can go ahead and start upgrading our other ones. We're just going to go ahead and get them all up to a Druid of Wrath to start with, or we're going to get 3 of them up to Pop Lust before we upgrade the other 3. That's what I meant to say. Alright, cool. So now we need to save up another $2,700 to buy our second Pop Lust, and then we'll buy our third one, and then so on and so forth, making our way all the way until we have all of them upgraded to a Pop Lust. Following this, we are going to be doing something that we haven't done in a guide thus far, and we're going to throw an early game Alchemist on these 3 druids up here, if we can get all 3 of them to be within the Alchemist range without buffing too many of the druids at the same time. We're not going to be upgrading it too much to start with. We just want to place it down and give 3 of our druids the ability to pop lead balloons, because of course I've noticed that when we did our Impoppable guide that we did struggle a little bit in dealing with some of the lead balloons. So to kind of make sure that we don't struggle with any of the lead balloons, we're going to go ahead and give us a couple more towers that are able to pop the camel lead balloons. Alright, and there we go. We should be able to afford another Pop Lust here in just 1 second. And of course, we're going to be going for Thorn Swarms and Heart of Oak. I know I've gone over it in the past, but the reason why you want to go for the Heart of Oak is because your druids will stop the regen balloons from regenning, making it much easier to actually deal with massive rushes of the regen balloons, whereas normally it's kind of difficult to deal with unless you have a bunch of the monkey villages down with the center tier upgrade path with at least 1 point into that upgrade path. Alright, there we go. We have 6 of our Pop Lust up, and we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves an Alchemist like I said we would. We can... yeah, right here. I was thinking about giving it the discount, but if we gave our Alchemist the discount, then unfortunately we would be buffing more druids than we want to buff. And then like I was saying, we're just going to go ahead and upgrade to Acidic Mixture Dip and then faster throwing, and we are good to go. Now, next things next, we are currently on round 59. We need to save up a whopping $48,600 to buy our Avatar of Wrath, and we should be able to afford that roughly around 81, possibly 82 at the latest. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and speed things up all the way until round 82, and I'll go ahead and bring you guys back, and then we're going to go ahead and do something a little bit different towards the end. We're not going to buy a permanent spike this time. We're actually going to be going with a different tower. So anyways, guys, I will see you guys in roughly about 45 seconds. So sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, and it is officially round 80. As you guys can see, we are almost able to afford our Avatar of Wrath. We actually afforded it a little bit sooner than I was actually expecting, which I'm not going to complain about that at all. I think it's because we didn't go with a certain upgrade path, which means we didn't go with our jungle drums here. So, that being said, if you guys followed the same exact upgrades that I did, you guys will be able to afford your Avatar of Wrath on round 80. Now you guys maybe won't wondering why I chose to go with the druid back here as our avatar, and it's just because of the pierce that the Avatar of Wrath has. If he's able to hit balloons as they're coming down here, he can get a little bit of cross shooting going on here, doing massive amounts to damage to a lot of different Moab balloons or COMGs or BFBs at the same time. So the next thing that we're going to be going for is we want to go ahead and get this MIB, the Monkey Intelligence Bureau. So as you can see, we have the buff above our druid right here. I meant to show you guys that first, but just make sure that you upgrade the druid that has this little buff as well as the Obyn buff, because you want to make sure that your Avatar of Wrath has the MIB ability along with the Obyn buff as well. But anyways guys, one thing we need to upgrade as well, we need to go ahead and grab ourselves our jungle drums on top of that. And then like I said at the start of this strategy, we're going to go ahead and switch things up a little bit. We're not going to be going with the permanent spike, but rather we're going to be going with a super monkey. Because we have Obyn, we have all of these other towers as well, I figured why not add another magic monkey to the mix, and we're going to go ahead and throw ourselves down a super monkey. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be upgrading our super monkey to the sun avatar. It actually is going to be a little bit cheaper than going with the tier 5 permanent spike, and so you're going to be able to afford it a lot sooner than you would be able to afford the permanent spike. Alright, and we should be able to upgrade to the sun avatar here in just 1 second. Now I'm not going to go for knockback and give our super monkey the ability to see camo balloons just yet. We're actually going to go ahead and do that after we get the sun avatar, because we want to get that avatar going as soon as possible. Plus our Avatar of Wrath is going to be able to deal with the DDTs and any camo balloons that cross our path. Alright, and we should be able to afford it here in just 1 second. And there we go. There is our sun avatar. Now we're going to go ahead and go for our knockback, which we should be able to afford here in just a second. And this is going to be a great combo to have, because the sun avatar is such a good tower. I think I'm going to start using him in some of my future guides and stuff like that, because it's a little bit easier to afford than trying to go for the permanent spikes and not getting the permanent spikes until like round 68 or anything like that. So the sun avatar will give you guys a little bit of a break during the tougher higher rounds. So one thing we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a Alchemist here, and we're going to go ahead and buff our sun avatar as well. We're just going to go ahead and grab Stronger Stim with faster throwing. And now we can go ahead and come up here to this top Alchemist and upgrade him to Stronger Stim as well. And this is going to be the entirety of our strategy. So a little bit of a recap. We went ahead and we started off with the ninja down here. Upgraded him to Balloon Jitsu with Seeking Shurikens. Even though we have plenty of money, I'm still not going to buy the cow traps, because we really don't need that upgrade path this late in the game. After we got our ninja, we went ahead and went with the Alchemist, the 400 Alchemist. Again, there's no reason to pump money into Acid Pool or faster throwing, because as you can see, the only tower that the Alchemist is buffing is the Ninja Monkey. Alright, and then we also dropped down the Dart Monkey in the very back to make sure that we had a tower to clean up any balloons that our ninja missed. Following that, we went ahead and we dropped down our Obyn, which our Obyn is almost level 20, which is perfect. And then of course we went ahead, we got our druids set up, we got our villages set up, and then we ended it with getting our Avatar of Wrath with our sun avatar on top of that. And you're going to see that we're going to be absolutely shredding through the reinforced DDTs, which, as I've said before, round 99 is usually the hardest, which is why we need another tower backing up our druid strat, because unfortunately the Avatar of Wrath just doesn't have enough popping power to deal with all of those different balloons at the same time. But anyways, guys, if you followed the guide, if you guys followed the guide, then you most certainly have just black bordered tree stump. And I just want to take this time to say thank you to each and every single one of you who are watching this video. I really appreciate the support. The support has been absolutely amazing. But anyways, guys, you already know what time it is. I hope you guys have the most amazing day of your lives, and I will see you guys in the next one.